Listen, we are back. Make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 16, and this is the finale. And baby, Miss Robinson had already shot this video and my phone died. Like, honey, I wanted to have a funeral for that phone. Okay, that phone was 5 years old. I remember I got it around the time of the pandemic and it died on me. I had another video. I called myself being prepared for the week, just already 2 videos pre-recorded and they're both gone because they died on the device. I can't even get back into the damn device. My bad. Child, it's a mess, okay? Just make a girl want to scream, okay? But anyways, honey, without further ado, let's get off into the review. I'm gonna just walk through it, you guys. So Porsha, we see her and Lauren going to Phaedra's house. Phaedra is going to help them with the rest of the arrangements for Londi's funeral. Porsha does not seem sad to me. And I know people will say, oh, well, everybody grieves differently. She didn't seem all that connected to her cousin. Lauren looked connected. I paid attention to Lauren's mannerisms, her eyes. She genuinely looked sad. She was on the phone with Londi before Londi passed. So I know that has to be just crazy, for her to experience. But yeah, Porsha didn't look connected. Porsha looked more sad about Simon not returning Pilar's text message. That's what she looked sad about. Porsha is connected to men. And I know y'all will say, oh, but you're so judgmental, but you don't know Porsha that way. I know what my eyes see, okay? And these eyes have not lied to Miss Robinson yet, okay? So, yeah, Porsha is a weirdo. Phaedra, you are setting up arrangements for your friend's cousin's funeral, okay? And you say to Porsha, yeah, isn't the pastor, isn't he really cute? Like, there is no emotional involvement in this scene. And both of them are very stoic. They don't, they don't give a fuck about too much of nothing but the city girl life, honey. Okay. But yeah, I would never say that if somebody's family member just passed. Y'all know I like to joke around but certain shiggity is just inappropriate. It is. And I was just looking at Phaedra you only show your human side when you are with your children. Other than that, you are this stoic princess. There's no emotions. You don't give a damn about nothing. You so unbothered. You can't be bothered. And I know that we live in that culture, but sometimes, you guys, that culture can be a bit toxic. Because you just end up looking like you don't give a damn about nobody or anything. That's how Phaedra comes off. There's this coldness to her. Now, when she talks about her children and about mothering them, you can see the love. You can see the passion. And even before when she was on the show, there were moments where, Phaedra understood the assignment and she knew when to show up and when to hold people accountable. She knew, when to be grown about something. She still kind of has that there, but I don't know. She doesn't get emotional or it's almost like she's not human about anything except for the children. That is a problem. That's the same thing with Giselle Bryant, except Giselle, she's hiding hers. Okay, and she wants to make excuses. I could see Porsha, Giselle, and Phaedra all on a show because they all like have that. Porsha used to be more emotional and vulnerable, and that's why we all were rooting for her and we liked her more than the others, because she, once upon a time, honey, she used to have that, and then it just melted away. It went away, honey. Porsha said, I'm sick of being nice shit. Honey, I'm in the business of stealing husbands, honey, okay? Child, it is a mess. So next we see Angela, and, she's in therapy. She is showing us, honey, her real therapist. Her and Charles goes, to see this woman. Angela opens up about the houses and how she's had to let a couple of them go. She gets really emotional. Charles refuses, rightfully so, not to give her any more money to upkeep, the properties and pay the mortgages. Angela says that she just needed some advice on how to deal with her husband. He's handsome, he's famous, he's this, he's that. She tells the therapist about this guy that came to the group that put it out there that Charles was cheating on Angela. She feels a way. I feel like somebody in this group plotted on her. I don't believe it's Phaedra. I know. At first it was like, Phaedra, you did this, but it just, once we get to it, you guys, I will explain a little bit more. It would be really stupid of Phaedra to come back in, your first season back and to plot and plan something like this. The rest of the girls are saying, yeah, but she was only here for a few weeks. Why would she do that? That's some shiggity that Phaedra would do. She's sneaky. Okay, she's been coming at Angela mighty hard, making all these claims about Angela and Charles' marriage. Like, she didn't even know that Charles was married. Like, saying stuff like that. And even if it's true, you know what you mean, when you say stuff like that. You know how people are going to take it. And they are going to take it as, you may be his wife, but, did nobody know about it, so you a non-motherfucking factor. That whole Tammy and Evelyn scene, honey, all over again. What I didn't like about Angela saying that Charles is attractive, he's rich, he's successful. It's like, Angela, girl, yeah, Charles is all that and a bag of chips, but what about you? You are beautiful, you are successful. And even though you are experiencing failure, with the houses, at least you had something inside of you that was willing to take a chance, because you guys, in this life, we only get one life. And so many people, they would rather sit on the sidelines and judge other people for going for their dreams, for having ambitions, for taking a chance, taking risks. That's all entrepreneurship is. It is taking risks. It is believing in yourself when nobody else does. It's being told no over and over again. It's relentless, but it's rewarding if you stick with the process. And I think that Angela should be very proud of herself that she tried something, even though she went against Charles's better judgment, she tried something for her. She was already successful once, she bought these homes. And she had the best of intentions. It just didn't work out. But, you have learned a lesson, right? And you need to take that lesson with you, Angela, into your next chapter. I guess she's going to be coming out with some merch, Fangela. For the Fangelas, honey, I'm a Fangela, honey. Shout out to my sister, Angie, whose real name is Angela, honey. Rest in peace. My sister, Angie Quinn, honey. Listen. But yeah, I don't see Angela as a failure. And when Phaedra tried to bring it up later, well, you're going through foreclosure, and girl, like, what does that have to do with anything? Unlike you, Phaedra, this lady actually is transparent, okay, about her life. She takes accountability. She has authenticity, okay? You don't have any of that until Apollo comes around and he starts spilling your tea. Okay, so girl, bye Phaedra. But yeah, I thought that was weak. I felt like it was a deflection. And Phaedra was embarrassed that she was getting all that heat, honey, in front of Shaq. And I'm sick of him. He looked like a big-ass blow-up doll. I'm sick of Shaq. He is a fake-ass Ken. Okay, I'm sick of him. I like how he be picking Phaedra up, and I'm loving that Phaedra is getting her some booty, honey. Okay, because, honey, being a single mother, it don't matter if you got money or if you don't. Either way, it's hard, okay? It's difficult, and you need something or somebody to, relieve your stress, honey. So I'm glad he's, able to do that for her, but I'm just sick of all this fake-ass shit with Phaedra. I'm just sick of, I don't think she makes a great reality star anymore. She just, she's missing the authenticity of it, the being vulnerable, all the things that Angela has. And it's very interesting, how she's coming for somebody that actually has all the qualities that she needs, okay? And another reason why I feel like somebody from this group did that on purpose to Angela, set up this whole thing with Charles, and, allegedly he's cheating on her, and, the whole Marcus guy. They know that that's a weakness for Angela. She has shared in the past that Charles was unfaithful, and that's a vulnerability, that's something to be vulnerable about, your man cheating on you. So for somebody to take, a vulnerability of hers and weaponize it and use it against her and try to bring her down, okay, try to put her in lowest terms, try to make her question and doubt herself. That's nasty work. It's evil. It's despicable. Angela says to the therapist, it's taken her a long time to even trust Charles. So, them, being separated and him cheating, and now it's kind of bringing all of that back up for Angela. And I feel bad for her because Angela does not deserve that. She's actually the newbie to me that understood the assignment the most. You would have thought that would have been Shamia, but Shamia has not been giving us a day-to-day of her and her husband. It seemed like she's always out of town. She's somewhere singing. The baby is sick. It just, I don't know. It's a lot with Shamia that it just doesn't make sense. I feel like I want Shamia to be a friend of the show. That's what I want from Shamia. And Shamia, I need you to sit your ass down. You can't sing, girl. You don't have the performer attitude. You're not good at what you do. You're not. I told y'all, Shamia will never be the star that Porsha is. Porsha, even though I accuse her of being narcissistic, parts of you need to be narcissistic to believe in yourself. And I think that Porsha is in a time of her life where she believes in herself, even if she probably shouldn't when it comes to certain things. But, she knows herself. You could tell she's come into her own. And I feel like Shamia, even though she has money, she's falling flat. Okay? She's falling flat, you guys. That performance was atrocious. Drew was making fun of her. Drew was like, girl, is your mic even on? Okay, can we get a microphone check? 1, 2, 1, 2. Like, Shamia looked a damn fool. She looked like a deer in headlights. I was watching Carlos, Dustin, and Claudia, and they got to talking about it, her performance, and Claudia did all this, oh, well, you know, as a singer, you know, you're not going to be perfect all the time. We get that. I've performed, I've bombed on stage, but goddamn it, if I'm on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and if I have Shamia's wealth, I'm going to do the damn thing. Shout out to Jessie Woo, right? The content creator, who is also a singer, who also was on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Jessie Woo, her shit is more top of the notch than Shamia's. Her voice, you know, her performances, you know, if you check her out, like, she has a beautiful voice. And I feel like Shamia definitely has a beautiful voice and a beautiful speaking voice, right? I give her that, but I feel like Shamia needs to come into Shamia, and I don't feel like she is or has done that. I feel like she's a tag along. Like, yeah, let me be around Candy. Candy is Candy. Candy got to know Candy, so Candy could be Candy. Porsha has had her journey. You need to figure out yours. It seemed like you are surrounded by all the right people. Hell, you got RL's fine ass helping you, girl, and you just still, you're not delivering. And I told y'all, Drew is the better artist. I don't know why people keep saying, well, shout out to Jessie Woo. I love her, but I disagree with her when she said Shamia got a better voice than Drew. I don't think so. I feel like Drew is just more seasoned. Okay? She just seems more experienced, more trained. When she did her performance at the reunion, it sounded good. She was singing right in front of Ralph's ass. Right in front, and Shamia, you just look nervous. You look, and I get it, it's been over 20 plus years, you guys. I get it. It looked like all you had was family and friends there because, girl, I hope ain't no damn record execs there looking at that. You're not ready. You need a lot of work. There was no stage presence. What the hell was you doing on the piano? You dancing with the damn chair. I thought that was tacky and lazy. I did not like it. Okay, I was feeling like, run away from me with this. That's how I was feeling. I think she tried to do too much in too little time. It was just too much. You should have had one song that you sung and then let that be it. Don't do all this shit and put yourself through all of that. Before you got started, you seemed unsure. You seemed unclear. So that, you know, that right there let me know you go give a lackluster performance. We done all been there. But yeah, I think you put too much dip on your chip, okay? You put too much pressure on yourself. Just sing one motherfucking song and please go on about your business. And then visit us season 2. You got some time. I know they bringing you back. So, you know, season 2, then I think, season 17, then I think you should have came back and did more, you know, just touched up on, you know, what you are already doing. Then you may, you know, do some dance moves. Then you may open it out to the public and, you know, and then I think you should do maybe what'll help you is you need to do stage plays and sing. That'll give you more of a stage presence, more of a discipline. You will be aware more of the stage. It just wasn't no connection between your voice, your presence on stage, and the audience. Because there are performers, you guys, that they don't perform like every fucking day. But listen, when it's time to make some magic, they know how to make it. Okay? They know how to shake their moneymaker. And her video, you guys, oh my God, whew, child, that was cringe. It just looked like somebody that was trying too damn hard. It was just too much. It was too busy. There was no connection. I feel like this is a artist that does not know herself. She probably needs to talk about that marriage she had to the one guy that was abusive. She probably need to go into that. I like that Gerald was there and the children to support her. We had little Shia on stage. You know, all of that is cute, but there's no connection with you. There's also no connection with you being a housewife. You give lapdog, you give friend of. And that is how I feel, you guys. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just telling y'all what I see. Shamia was a big flop. They talking about Porsha was a flip-flop, a big flop. You know, when she came back, but Shamia was a flippity flop, a flippity flip flop flop. Okay? Oh, Carlos King, he was down to the Breakfast Club. We're going to talk about it some more, but he even said that Porsha is the next Kim Kardashian. No, absolutely not. Kim is smarter than her. And one thing I would give Kim over Porsha, Kim go keep her money. Kim go make her money, you know, work for her. Kim ain't quit no damn jobs over no raggedy ass nigga. Okay, and Kim's men have been handsome for the most part. Kanye, he crazy, but he cute, you know. The other one she was married to, they was cute. The one, Chris Humphrey, he was a weirdo. I knew that wasn't gonna work. He ain't have enough flavor. That goddamn Reggie Bush. Ooh, child. Ooh, melt right in your mouth. Now that's some chocolate, honey. Fine as hell. She probably loved his ass the most. Because to me, she acted like she had some damn sense with him. But, yeah, there's a big difference from Kim Kardashian and Porsha. Porsha, this bitch went out and quit all her jobs and said, honey, we ain't working no more, boss. We gonna have this man. We gonna have this man pay all the bills. Okay, and he ain't even a U.S. citizen. Okay, and the man keep ending up in different lines than what we supposed to go through when we go to the airport. I was always wondering why he had to jump in all these lines. You still went on vacation with him. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff that does not make you a victim. That's why I don't play victim with these heifers, because you're not a victim. You knew something was up with his citizenship. You knew it. You knew it, whether you wanted to admit to it or not. But yeah, Porsha ain't no goddamn Kardashian, and Miss Diane damn show ain't no damn Chris, because Chris wouldn't have allowed that. There would have been a whole scene about, bitch, you're not quitting these motherfucking jobs. I will help you quit these niggas. But what's her name? Kris Jenner, she ain't having that shit. She ain't no damn Miss Diane. Well, kind of, sort of, but not really, if you know what I mean. Not when it comes to business. Chris don't play that. You can quit all these jobs. You will keep showing up. And, you know, that's what I have to give Kim Kardashian over Porsha. She's a little bit wiser. She's a Libra. And y'all know when Libra get on their shit, they don't play. They don't fuck around. Fuck around and find out with a Libra. Okay? Real, you know, just they put in that real hard work. And once they in their bag, they in their motherfucking bag. Watch out. Porsha don't have that. Porsha has, I got a big ass. I want some man to take care of me. I just want to be a stay-at-home mom, and it's all going to work out. Love wins. Let me put a bow on it, a stamp on it, and that's it. No, dumb diddy dum dum. Kim would have never did that. So when I tell you I wanted to hit Carlos, just tap his ass on the back of his damn head. Okay? And he was down to the Breakfast Club, honey, talking inadvertently about Melody Holt. Okay, not Melody Holt. Ooh, child, why I add that burning house to her name? Melody Cherie Rogers, honey. Absolutely. He need to keep my name up out his mouth. He a hood booger. I don't trust him. He just mad that Melody quit that damn show. We gonna get into it, baby. We gonna get into it, honey. And y'all bear with me, honey. I'm shooting on a new phone, so child, I'm still learning. Look, as we go, it's not like my old phone, honey. My old phone was home, honey. It was a little bit professional. This one is so ghetto and so rude. You know, ghetto, a little bit hood. Okay, it just be fucking up all over the place, but bear with me. Okay? We see this scene with Drew and Ralph, and they get to talking about how they want to be better co-parents. Drew wants her and Ralph to one day be friends. Why can't we be friends? 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 Dun, 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 dun. My mother used to always play that, and I would scream, and honey, she got cussed out. She would blast that damn song by War. Whew. Drew, is your wig squeezing your brain? You are over there with a narcissist, boo-boo. Okay? You're over there with a narcissist, a Chucky, a little buddy. Just like I was telling Melody down to the Huntsville. You can't travel with this nigga. Yeah, it look good. It look like a nice look for the kids. And, you know, don't let people, you know, to tell you to do shit for the kids. Just do it for the kids. No. This man is trying to take half your money. Okay, he doesn't want you to be independent of him. He put babies in you not because he loves you, but it was a way to keep you connected to him, keep you in proximity to him. So, Drew, you need to realize you had a baby with a monster, somebody that doesn't wish you well. Okay, so he's never going to be your friend. He is a nightmare. He is an enemy. He is a op. And you need to get your ass up out of that house. Like, go get you an apartment. The people on the street is saying that you out here defaulting on $100,000 loans, allegedly, honey. They saying you took out a loan to fund your singing career with Dennis. And then they saying allegedly, honey, you said you'll take your drawers off. I'm not mad at you, Drew, if you said that. Because, honey, Miss Robinson is not here to judge that. Okay? Okay? Because if you got it, then do what you got to do, baby. Okay, I don't see Drew being as beautiful as she is needing to beg Dennis to fuck her. I think he would do it for free. He has fucked everybody else for free. So why the fuck would she have to pay him? If you fuck him the right way, you wouldn't have to pay at all. And I would know. I'm just saying, listen, but I'm not going to judge you for that if you was out here, you know, slanging that cootie cat, honey, to get some free beats. Okay, I'm not mad at you. You got to use what you got to get what you want. But in the meantime, and in between time, you need to get the hell away from Ralph and quit living in a fairy tale land, because this man has already showed you who he is. He is a nightmare. He makes decisions without you. He went and got all the paperwork on that house. You knew nothing. And he took over everything, and he dismisses you. He does not value you. Okay? He did all of this on purpose. When you are in a relationship or marriage with a narcissist. They disrespect you and they punish you on purpose. They are evil entities. So Drew, girl, I was very disappointed. Just when I thought that you was learning, and don't get me wrong, you guys, I still like Drew because she really stepped it up. I don't give a damn if Drew got her finances together or not. To me, this was one of her best seasons. I really liked her. I've always liked her. I just didn't feel like she was a good fit for the show. I think she will get even better if she gets away from Ralph. Okay? Because he ain't gonna do nothing but bring you down and embarrass you, which is what he's been doing. Okay? So go on and get you an apartment, boo-boo. Go to an extended stay. Go to Motel 6 with the kids. Go stay with your mama, whatever the hell you got to do. Get away from that man. Okay? When you are around an evil entity, like when you live with one, and he locked you out of the house, so that ain't no home. At home, you don't get locked out. So, yeah. You need to get away from him, Drew. Porsha was not at Shamia's showcase. I thought it would have been cute if she would have, kind of sent her a video. I get, Londi had just passed and, you gotta take care of the family. So Porsha actually has an excuse this time, but I wish it would have been some, oh girl, I wish you the best. And yeah, girl. Strange girl, I wish we would have seen something, sent her some flowers, something, but hell, maybe Porsha said, honey, this bitch don't need to be singing. She ain't talented. She's a tryhard, okay? And I ain't sending her shit, because that is a Cancer, honey. We wise like that. One time I got into it with one of my brother's girlfriends, and she was like, well, I don't believe in killing folks' dreams. I said, look, the motherfucker ain't got no talent. Okay, don't nobody want to see him and his crooked ass neck. Oh my God, you're so mean. I'm like, I'm not mean. I didn't call you ugly yet. And she was ugly, honey. I was like, God damn. Shit, you out here, that's another one, honey. My brother, honey, he had this one girlfriend. Now, she looked like she could be a transgender, honey. She was a woman. I couldn't tell. Tried to talk about Miss Robinson. Miss Robinson has always been fine. I think she was trying to say I was too big or something. Anybody that has ever made fun of me, they really should laugh at themselves because, baby, Miss Robinson always been bad. This woman, you guys, she looked like a man. Damn. She was 6'2". I thought my brother was gay. I was like, this is feminine to you. 6'2", big ass, size 12, 13 feet. Okay, man face, had a damn mustache for real, and she had some chin hairs and shit. I know you get that shit when you get older, but what the hell are you doing with that at 16? Just was not, honey. Miss Robinson was rolling her eyes and sucking her teeth. So that I stand by what I say with these damn men and these transgenders. They will date them. Okay, if they will date the woman version of that, they will date them. They will, trust me, okay? Trust me, but yeah, a mess. So Angela shares with her therapist she's going to get to the bottom of whoever set her up, right? And that's what she does. We see BRIT acting like she about to fly in a private jet. It's like, BRIT, please stop. Please. Because, girl, you couldn't even feed them damn people at your damn event. So, girl, just please stop it. You didn't even donate that much money to the damn charity. I think that she wants to be seen as something that she's not. Even when they went looking at cars, it's like, girl. And I'm with Carlos King when he said, honey, we will only film it, honey, if you buy it. Didn't we see Latifah and Destiny? They went looking for cars. Did somebody buy it though? I don't know. But yeah, she is just, she gives try hard too. It's a mess. Oh, she comes for Shamia's daughter. She comes at Shamia, you guys. They get into it. Cynthia tells Shamia what BRIT said about her. Because remember, BRIT went back and told Porsha and Cynthia that Shamia showed her and Porsha's texts. So, yeah, a mess. Cynthia apologized later on to Porsha for being messy. And I'm just looking like, why are we apologizing? She doesn't owe you an apology, Porsha. This is a TV show. She has a job to do. That's her job, to bring it back and get the reaction. Porsha wants to control everybody. Okay, her and Phaedra, that's why they don't make good reality stars. They are too controlled. This show needs Nene or Kenya like ASAP. Because they're not going to follow all these rules. They're not. So yeah, that's why the show is going the way that it is. And then with Shamia being a try-hard, being a people pleaser, she's just going to bow down and acquiesce and let Porsha have her way. Now, one thing I will say is BRIT was wrong for coming at Shamia about her daughter and implying that her daughter wasn't really sick. And, you know, you were doing all this crying about your daughter and then you went and had drinks. And it's just like, girl, what does her daughter have to do with anything? The child should have never been brought up. You the one that was faking when you was saying you felt bad to Shamia. BRIT is a fake bitch that lacks integrity. I see why Kelly got away from her. I like Kelly and Shamia better as friends. I think that they fit. I think Kelly can give Shamia the love that she's trying to receive from Porsha. I don't think that Porsha feels like Shamia is her equal. I can tell by how she treats her. She treats Phaedra more like her equal. She seems like she's annoyed with Shamia. Porsha had a badass dress on at Angela's event. She looked really nice. And she showed up for that, right? She showed up for that, and you were being honored due to the work that you and Londi have did for your grandfather's foundation, right? But it's like, you didn't show up for Shamia. We didn't see a video. We didn't see flowers, or it's not giving Robin and Giselle. It's not giving Nene and Cynthia. Hell, Kenya and Cynthia. It's not giving. It's not giving. I thought that was very nice of Charles and Angela to honor Porsha and, you know, the work her and Londi has did with her grandfather's charity. I felt like all of that was really nice. Angela's event was like a really nice. It was really good. But baby, once it was over, that damn Charles went off. Drew called for the Marcus guy to, you know, come out and say who sent him. Charles didn't even want to hear from him. He like, you shut your motherfucking ass up. You get the fuck up out of here. I was like, oh shit, come on, Charles, come through now. Honey, Charles, he looked like Benson. Charles Oakley, he looks like Benson. You all remember the show Benson? He looked just like that man in the face, but Charles was not here for it. honey. And Angela was like, but Charles, just let me do it. So Charles ends up storming off. Then the guy comes and Angela was like, you need to say who sent you. And then he mentions that it was Phaedra. Phaedra denies it. He gets to saying she's the godfather of Atlanta or some shit. I'm like, what? Say what now? Phaedra is saying, she don't know this man like that. Angela mentions that Phaedra is the one that called her with this man's information. So it's like all these fingers are pointing at Phaedra because he ended up telling Angela that it was Phaedra, that sent him to do that. So, and then Phaedra has been talking a lot of shit about Angela in her confessionals, right? But like I said, I don't believe it was Phaedra. And what was all this energy with Shamia and Kelly? I'm like, God damn, did y'all have something to do with it? BRIT looked guilty. Angela was, saying to BRIT, I know we've had our issues. BRIT get to talking about, well, I'm a married woman. I just would never. I was like, girl, that's debatable. That man look like he go the other way, every way but your way, baby. Okay, so yeah. Oh, and really quickly, let me get back to Shamia and BRIT. Shamia feels like BRIT is jealous of Shamia's relationship with Kelly. I believe she is, because she looked left out when they were in Grenada. But one thing about it, though, Shamia, I do believe BRIT. I do believe you talk shit behind Porsha's back. You confide in these ladies, you have a few drinks, and your real feelings come out about how you feel about Porsha. I feel like when it comes to Porsha, you sweep your feelings under the rug. You're not willing to be honest and transparent about how she's making you feel. And you play this whole, who said that? You said that about Porsha. You don't own your feelings. Like, people can't give you the relationship that you want with them if you're not honest with them about how you really feel. But I don't believe Shamia when she says, yeah, I ain't never shared nothing with her, and I ain't never, girl, she ain't getting this shit out of the thin air. And we saw your ass sit up here and lie on Angela. I ain't never said all of that, and who said that? And I never said I felt bad. Yeah, I did feel a way, she didn't come to the wedding. I don't think that you are just mad and hurt at Porsha over the wedding. Like, those of us that's really watching the show, you are upset that you're not getting what you need from Porsha, and you're not, you show up for her in a way in which she does not show up for you. It's almost as if she has a lack of respect for you. So I think that you're hurt about that, and I feel like you need to own that. Like I said before, I feel like a couple of them, like Shamia, Phaedra, and Porsha, they are very rehearsed. They are giving produced. That's what they give. They're not giving like their authentic selves. Everything is, I'm protecting myself, and and that's why so many of the fans, we have gravitated towards Angela, because she let us know about her finances. She let us know that Charles has cheated in the past. And that was a struggle for us. We broke up from, for some time. That hurt me. I do love my man. Angela has really let us in a way in which I don't think the three of them will ever do that. And BRIT definitely needs to get off the show because she just don't fit. She's overly reactive. She too sensitive. She could say whatever she want to say. You better not say nothing to her. She just does not make for a good reality star. You a coward, didn't show up for the reunion. You know what I'm saying? I knew she was nothing but a goddamn monitoring spirit with how she treated Kenya, coming at her all hard. Like, when a bitch is coming at you hard like that and they don't know you, they've been studying you. Okay? They've been listening to you. They are in tune with you. Okay? So y'all gotta pay attention to that. That shit is scary too, to be around them type of people. I didn't like BRIT saying that Porsha is still a bad bitch. You know, while she was drying her tears, I felt like that was so unnecessary. Like, some of the things that these women was saying, like Porsha, like Phaedra, I just felt like it was timing. The timing was bad. BRIT too. So, Angela and Phaedra. So, ooh, Angela, honey, looks so good in her dress. Whew, you should have wore that, Angela, to the damn reunion. Okay? And some of y'all should have had on gold and not yellow. So Angela says to Phaedra, well, what is it? What is it? The ring? You want the marriage? And Phaedra is like, what ring do you have that I want? I don't feel like Phaedra wants Angela's marriage. I don't think that Phaedra even wants to be married anymore. Okay, and then she gets to saying, well, this group, broke up my marriage. No, girl, you married a criminal. Okay, you knew who the nigga was. You got some criminal activity in you. Thanks to Angela Stanton, honey. And Angela, girl, you better go and talk to Angela Stanton, honey. She'll tell you everything you need to know about Miss Faye. But yeah, I kind of didn't like that. But I get where Angela was coming from, because it's kind of like, if you're trying to fuck up my marriage, then maybe you're jealous of it. Phaedra will fuck up some shit just because she's bored. I don't think, necessarily, she's jealous of what you got. She's nothing like you, though, Angela. That's why she's threatened by you, because you're real, you're transparent, you're vulnerable, you wear your heart on your sleeve. And she is the stoic queen, honey. Phaedra ain't let nobody know how she really feel. But I think this would be stupid of her. So I really hope that Phaedra, didn't do this. I felt like her hair was really pretty, you guys. I love, her hair like that. I'm like, shit. You should have wore that to the reunion, Wore it like that. BRIT looked guilty. Because she kept looking away. Kelly, you look guilty because in one of the scenes, well, it was the same scene. It seemed like you got up and walked away. You and damn Shamia was playing footsies. All of y'all just look guilty. Kelly, it was at your event. Kelly did tell him to get the hell out of there. But see, either one of y'all, what about that baby though? That make you look guilty, Kelly. Yeah, it could have been any of you heifers. Porsha feels like Angela set all this up to herself, which is a insult. I don't think Angela would do all of this. Girl, you got a lot of fucking nerve over there, with that shit with Simon, honey. You was so damn desperate to be married. You couldn't even wait until the man was divorced. Okay? So you got a lot of room to talk, and then you told Angela you would fuck her husband, and then you backpedaled and pussy popped up out of that. So you a coward. So yeah, I didn't like that. And Angela, honey, you gonna need to check Miss Porsha, honey. Okay? Because Porsha is a confessional gangster. So Shamia tells BRIT that she threatens people with guns. BRIT says she's not doing this with Shamia, and she gets her mic up off of her. Girl, you wasn't clocked in anyways. You were checked out, and you don't want to be held accountable. And you brought up her daughter, acting as if she was, making up that her daughter was sick. Who would go to those, lengths? Okay? Who would go to those lengths? You could see that, something is wrong with the child, and for you to bring that child up to point out that all Shamia do is take drinks, it's always shot o'clock. I felt like you could have took that dig at Shamia without bringing up her damn daughter. It was a low blow, but you didn't have nowhere else to go. So, because you down to that first floor, honey. But yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. Okay, so Angela has sold 3 houses, but 2 have unfortunately been lost. However, she is staying cool under pressure with her next business venture, Fanji, a line of fans. Oh, I thought it was merch for her, for her fans, but I like it because you can always catch, Angela, honey, with her fan. I know that's right. Oh, and we hear Porsha giving this dry-ass speech. I'm 43 with a child, and she just sounded so uninterested in having the conversation with Cynthia. She didn't want Cynthia to ruin this controlled environment of, telling Shamia what BRIT said. Porsha says that, Shamia felt comfortable with BRIT and Kelly, to talk her shiggity, and she didn't really care like that. Yeah, you're not invested in your relationship with Shamia. I think that Porsha really does not like that Shamia is on this show. And it's very telling. Didn't we hear Shamia say on one of the episodes, why can't you be the same off camera that you are on camera? Like for her to say something like that lets you know, Portia's character towards her. So Shamia, girl, this girl is not your friend like that. She don't like you like that. I think she's more interested in Phaedra. Okay, but you should be happy. Rejection is God's protection, honey. Okay? So last but not least, we got Porsha and Miss Diane. They show her finally filming in her house. Okay? And she's talking about going to court and hoping that, they take into consideration the prenup. So we know that she has won the case. We see her working out. We see little Pilar running around in the house. Her daughter is so cute. Yeah. Can you even afford that house, though? Can you even? And Carlos, baby, I don't think she got Kim Kardashian money. Kim Kardashian, like I said, she not quitting all her jobs for spending. Simon was detained while entering the country in February of 2025. Because Porsha called the people, honey. This nigga was on social media acting a fool. I don't feel bad for Simon. You get what you get. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Him and Porsha. Child, Porsha and Miss Diane talking about divine alignment. Ain't no damn divine alignment. Y'all some scammers. Listen. But like I said before, that man gonna take her through there. He gonna fight, over that. He ain't paying no $40,000 a month. He like, shit, lies you tell. Okay, so that was, to me, that's what Porsha was looking to get some big ass house she can't afford, so we'll see how it plays out. Drew, if you come back season 17, if you do come back without Ralph or don't come back at all. I'm sick of seeing his rockhead ass on the show. Who else? Shamia needs to be a friend of, Phaedra, friend of, and we need some new housewives. Bye, BRIT. Kelly can stay. That's it.